Today we're going to refresh your memory on the distributive property and multiplying monomials. So if we look at this example over here, 2 times x plus 5, I would need to use the distributive property for this. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 5 is 10. These are not like terms, so I can't combine them any further, so this would be my answer. This is a monomial, meaning one term, times a binomial, meaning two terms. On this side, I'm just multiplying monomials. And for these, you have to remember your exponent properties. When you're multiplying monomials, if you have the same base, here remember that if you have something like 2 to the third power, 2 is the base, and 3 is the exponent. So here my base is x. So to multiply like bases, you keep the base and you add your exponents. So this would be x to the 5th power. And that's because x squared means that you have x times x, and x cubed means you have x times x times x. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x's. That's how we get x to the 5th power. If I have x times x, that's x squared because I have 2 x's. Remember that when you can't see an exponent, it's an invisible 1. So this is really x to the 1 plus 1 power, which gives us 2. So now let's look at this one. Here I need to distribute 3x to the trinomial x squared plus 4x minus 6. So I'm going to use the distributive property. 3x times x squared. Here I'm going to begin by multiplying the coefficients. This has an invisible 1 as a coefficient. So 3 times 1 is 3. And now I'm going to multiply the variables. X times x squared is x cubed. Remember, this exponent has like an invisible 1 right here. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Now I'm going to go to the next one. 3x times 4x. Begin by multiplying your coefficients. 3 times 4 is 12. Now I'm going to multiply the variables. X times x is x squared. Now I'm going to do the last one. 3x times negative 6 is negative 18x. I don't have any like terms here, so this is my final answer. If I look at this one, here I want to distribute x to the 4th. So x to the 4th times 2x cubed is going to be 2x to the 7th power. X to the 4th times negative 5x squared is going to be negative 5x to the 6th power. X to the 4th times 7 is just 7x to the 4th. These are not like terms, so there's nothing else to do on this one. So this is my answer. Sometimes you can have more than one variable, and that happens. That's okay. We still just take it each letter at a time. So let's look at this first one. X squared y needs to be multiplied by the term 12x squared y squared. So this has an imaginary 1 out in front. So 1 times 12 is 12. And now I'm going to look at the x's. X squared times x squared. I keep the base of x. I add my exponents. 2 plus 2 is 4. Now I'm going to look at the y's. Y times y squared is y cubed. This y has an imaginary y or exponent of 1. And then here I have an exponent of 2. Now let's go on to the next one. Xy squared times negative 3xy. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. X squared times x is x cubed. That's because this x has an invisible 1 right here. y times y is y squared. That's because 1 plus 1 is 2. X squared y times 1 is x squared y. Anything multiplied by 1 is itself. These are not like terms, so this is my answer.